Hey y'all, what's up? I hope everyone has had a great day today. I want to say my day was a little odd today. Only because I woke up anticipating going to work, which I never do. I'm getting to the point at my job where I'm like, yeah, I hate going. Once I'm there, I'm fine. Like, the work isn't bad. I like the people I work with. It's just and then being a single mom, it's like, I need a day off during the week just for me. Just for me. Like, the weekends I have off is cool, but I'm with my son. I was like, I just need a me day. So, I don't know. Anyways, today's Raw was good. What is that on my laptop? That might be cookie mix. Sorry, I get sidetracked. That's either cookie mix or chocolate. Chocolate. Today a Raw was a good show. It opened up with Jey coming in the pink shirt, and it's my thing. When he comes out, okay, lately he's been coming out with the audience and then coming out on the main thing. Okay, my son would be mad at me because I'm near, say it'd be like doors open at 6, event starts at 7:30 when they do like the intros for the commentators and the dark match. I'll make sure that LJ and I are in our seats by 7:30. If not, we're not missing the first match. Like, we might miss the commentators coming in, but we're not missing the first match. So I'm not one of those people that try to get all their snacks and stuff like that before they go. Mainly, for the most part, like, him and I eat before we go. Like, and then if he's hungry again, I'll buy him something else. Only because one or two things. My son is very particular what he likes to eat. And then that food is expensive. Like, I'm cheap. I don't care how much money I got or have or had. I'm not doing that. So, but does, like, when Jey come out, like, does he like do the people crowd around him? Like, security blocks the people off or stuff like, or does he come out like right at 8 o'clock when they're introducing, like, this is Raw, da 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 da? Because as soon as I cut on the TV, it was 8:01. I think, and they showed, I actually caught it on time a little bit, because when I showed it, when it first started, it showed the Judgment Day coming in parking lot, and I was like, okay, Raquel, like, I like the top. And then they showed Jey, and I was confused, because I was like, he ain't got no match today. And then I forgot about Friday and last Monday, to be honest. So, because so much stuff happened. So much stuff has happened this past week in WWE. This is including NXT. I'm just like, that you forget stuff happens. And then the years go by so fast that you forget that certain stuff happened. Like, certain stuff that seemed like it was a couple months ago seemed like it happened last week. Especially once you hit September. Like, once you, I tell people all the time, like, once you hit September, like, once my birthday passes, the week does like this. Because I tell my mom and them that all the time, and they be laughing. And I be for real. And I be like, y'all laughing? I be like, Christmas gonna be here in 2 weeks. And they be like, what? And I be like, of course it's exaggeration, but it seems like time goes by so fast. It feels like 2 weeks. Like, it was just September last week, it feel like. And we about to be in November, and Halloween is this week. Like, that's crazy. And then, like, it was like nothing shows you how fast time goes for 2 reasons. One, when you hit your 30s, and 2, when you have kids of your own or raising kids. Okay, because it's different when you got like nieces and nephews that you see every once in a while. Your kids have friends and you see them like in the soap operas. You see them little, you come back and they like 5 and stuff like that. But it's different when you see your child, because like my son is 10, and I was like, it still feel like he was a newborn 2 days ago. Like, time's going by fast. Anyways, so he comes down, and I'm like, so then, you know, the people screaming or whatever. And that would be weird to me too. Not that it's not deserved of him, because it's been a long time coming for him, his brother. It's been 15 years. But, and they say it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. So that means he would have became one 2019 and make him an overnight success. From they debuted in 09 or 2010. If they debuted in 2009, which I want to say they debuted in 2010, because I think they debuted in 2010. I'm not sure, but if they debuted in 2009, that means they became an overnight success in 2019, and then the trajectory. But if they debut in 2010, this is fitting, because that means they became an overnight success 2020 during the pandemic, which is true, okay? And then the trajectory from then to there, which makes more sense, okay? But that would be weird to me. Like, for me, having family members in the entertainment space, to be around someone, they're or screaming or crying, and like, for me, if I was in that position, or like, my uncle got married 2 years ago, got remarried, and my cousin was on the Grammys, and she played for Black and stuff like that, and other artists, and people were like my aunts and them were talking to her, and it was like, oh my God, she's in it. And I was like, that's just, and she was like, she's not just, she was on the Grammys. I'm like, and she came up to me and was like, I love you so much, because you're the only person, one of the only people that see me as just Taylor. Like, and now I'm friends with them. I'm like, oh my God, like, and I'm like, yeah, like, it's family being proud of you and stuff like that. But I'm like, that's too much. Like, that's too much. And I don't think I would ever cry meeting a celebrity. Like, I might, and I wouldn't scream. Like, when I screamed in my videos on thing, like, I was screaming because I was like, I was surprised that they were there. Like, when they came here to Raw, I was like, Jimmy, solo, like, they came out the crowd. But it was like interaction with the people around me. But I was like, I would probably be like starstruck, to the sense where I'd be like stuck. Like, if I ever met an NBA player or WNBA player from the 90s, early 2000s, or like a wrestler from the Attitude Era, like, I would more so be like, oh my God. And it probably wouldn't even hit me until after the fact. So, I don't know. I just, like, the crying thing over a celebrity, I think that's, I know, and people do express different emotions. It's a little weird to me. But now, that in the state that I'm in my life, with me being so emo after I had my son, and showing him that all forms of emotion is power, vulnerability, happiness, sadness, anger, all the other stuff. And I've been such a crybaby in the last like 4 years. I would probably cry and not mean to, and then be mad that I cried. But he came out, he was like, it's only one member I want to speak to. So I was like, it's my man Jimmy, okay? I said, it's got to be my man Jimmy. So he come out, and then they have a conversation, and he was like, we could go back to being like, basically like, they know us now. They know that you're Jimmy, I'm Jey. They know that you're no Yee, I'm Yee. He's like, watch this. And I was like, that's such a little brother thing to do. Like, hey, look, I done came up, like, watch, look. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is such a little brother thing to do. As me being the oldest of 4, my mom has 4 kids. My dad has 2 other kids. But me being the oldest of all the kids, like, that is such a little brother thing to do. And then he was like, we could be the dude. And then Jimmy had me cracking up, because he was like, look, they not the ones. And I was like, and Jey was like, we not either. And then the whole mood switched. And he was like, basically like, we evolved. Like, I did this on my own. I was an IC champion on my own. You weren't nowhere around. I broke off. Whatever. And then he was like, last time I saw you, we was in the ring of WrestleMania. I was like, that's true. But then before he came out, I said, low key, outside of the jealousy part, everything Jimmy said before WrestleMania, like in March when I saw him in Raleigh, North Carolina, was right. Like, he said, I'm protecting you. You don't even see it. Like, he wanted him. He kept beating him up, beating him up, beating him up. You know what I'm saying? In hindsight, I don't think it was, he messed up the thing so he won't become like Solo. In hindsight, I don't think it was more so of a jealousy thing, because he said, I'm always big brother. Like, now thinking about it now. I'm thinking about it now as I'm talking. It's probably more, and I could be like thinking too much into it. It's probably more so like, I'm big brother saying like, he said, you wouldn't have none of this if it weren't for me. It's probably like, I still got you. Like, you would not have none of this if it wasn't for me still having you. Like, I'm beat you up and continuously beat you up on purpose so that you will stay away. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm protecting you, like that. Like, stay away and keep doing you and keep climbing like you need to. And I'm over here making sure that nothing happens like on some old, because I feel like if Roman and Solo were to try to harm Jey in a more hurtful way, Jimmy would most definitely intervene. But I feel like because Jey thought part of it might have been jealousy is the reason why he also stayed away. Let me eat some of my sausage. And he was like, next time we go back, and this is what I said a couple of videos ago. I was like, if they do this Uso thing again, not saying that they aren't the Usos, if they become the ones again, they have to be new and improved. Like, y'all can go in doing that. Y'all have y'all stipulations like, look, we going in like this. We not going to do this. I'm still over here. You still over there. I got you if you need me. You got me if I need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I decide to go for an IC title, US title, or if you decide to go for an IC or US title, that's fine. If we want to get back on this tag team thing, that's cool too. But we are now stronger, and we also have the power to walk away if we want to, before we manipulate it. More so Jey, because at the beginning, watching the Bloodline story on YouTube, Jimmy wasn't with it. And I think he only joined, it was to make sure his brother was okay. So, he was like, we still got other stuff to work out. And I was telling this guy I work with, we talk about this all the time, and I said, one thing about Jey is he could act his behind off. You hear me? Like, he went from them doing the Uso penitentiary like speech type thing, to him being a bloodline, not liking Sammy, to him like having tears come out. Like, dog, even last Friday, like Jimmy shed a little tears or whatever, to them, like, to him being happy-go-lucky Jey, which I think is his true persona, because I watched him up, down, down, stuff like that. And then for him to see Roman and automatically cut it on, automatically like cut on the no yeet situation. Like, we might be cool, I still don't rock with you, which is so then after that, they got into it, then the Tongans came and attacked them, and they started fighting back, and then Solo released Jacob. And in my mind, I thought Braun Breaker was gonna come back and get his lick back, because I was like, we ain't forget that you put this man in the through a table, okay, after he spared you. I can't wait for that match if it ever happens, okay? So people thought it was going to be a tag team, them versus them. And then I was like, it might be a 3-on-3 if Braun comes out. But I'm like, Braun, he got other fish to fry. He the IC champion. And like then they saw so Solo had not Solo, sorry. Jacob had the chair around Jay's neck, and then Jay ended up hitting Jacob with it. And I said, it's still crazy to me. It's baffling to me that they probably fought, and probably real fought too, because they're boys, wrestling each other growing up, and now they're getting paid to do the same thing. Like, that still is mind-blowing to me. Like, how you took a concept that you had and been doing your whole life and now do it in front of the world. It's crazy to me. And I know they did that in the 90s with, like, Rikishi and Tonga Kid and Umaga and Yoko and Rock and stuff like that. But back then, we didn't really know. Now that you was, like, avid. A lot of us ain't know that they was related. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't know. For the most part, we didn't know. Like, a lot of us thought that Yoko was really Japanese. Okay? Like, we didn't know that they were related. But because of social media, we know that all of these guys are Fatu Anawai. Like, and that's crazy. Okay? And not just that. Like, you got Trinity there. You got Lena there, aka Nia Jax. I don't know if Tamina still works there in the back or not. She's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that somehow the AAPI is taking over WWE. I ain't mad at it though. Because you also got the Tongans, you got Damage Control, you got Bronson. Like, I'm here for it. Okay, it's good TV. I'm definitely here for it. And then, so then they called the Judgment Day or whatever. So Adam was like, and I said last week it's going to be Damien. Adam was like, you going to fight Damien. So everybody was like, oh, we can help you, this, that, and third. Finn was like, it's a reason why we call him. What the hell did he say? I forgot the nickname he said. It's the reason why they call him that. And he was like, let me help you. And he was like, no, I want to do this on my own. And Finn walked away mad. And I said, oh, he big mad about that. And I said, he want to help. Not only because he know you probably going to lose, but he still want to get his lick back from bad blood because he lost. Okay? Then it was Ludwig Kaiser. And that thing had me thrown for a loop. Because I was like, who is he fighting? That's why I said so much has happened. I forgot he had a little beef with Sheamus. Because I think on last Monday, they showed him. And the only time he came out, I think, is when Cody hit Gunther, I think. And then Ludwig jumped in. I was like, where was he at? So I forgot about the little beef that him and Sheamus got for a little bit. Okay? And then this week on WWE, on YouTube, I was watching, like, behind the scenes of old, like, Attitude Era stuff. And my brain literally forgot that Lillian Garcia used to be a commentator. I don't know how I forgot that. It's a lot of stuff that you, like, block out. And then, like, when you see stuff, you be like, oh, I remember that. And forgot she was, because I was like, when she came out, before she even came out, like, when they used to show her, I be like, she looked familiar as hell. But even before that, because I was watching her. When did I watch her? So when she left in 2009, I was watching from real strongly from 2009 to 2011. So I remember her. Because I remember, like I said, when Edge retired, I was messed up for a little bit. And, but I always remember her as a ring announcer. I forgot she used to do backstage commentating and stuff. And so I saw that. I saw Motor City Machine Guns come to the WWE headquarters, which I was like, is that the reason why, like, Stormy's duo of Jade and Bianca and all of them were there? And And like Sheamus and all of them were there. Like they was taking a picture in front of like Andre the Giant thing, the 3D like picture situation. And then I saw the thing with the boogeyman and them trying to fill out and figure out. And I was crying laughing. Like that thing had me weak. Especially the way Michin jumped, barely jumped. And then Jay jumped over here. And Bianca jumped. And then had the sideways. I was crying. Then I watched Scare Tactics with Cody and the New Day. That was good. Oh, and then I watched Nightcap because so outside of wrestling on YouTube, like when I watch like wrestling videos or stuff that plays in the background, and also don't play anymore, I guess, because now I'm getting like shorts of like The Flash. It's going back to old stuff I used to watch, like The Flash and Big Bang Theory. And it's showing new stuff too, like The Rookie, which I've never seen an episode, but it looks good. And something else, I forgot. But so it was showing Nightcap, and that's one of the things I watched consistently like a couple months ago. And I watched React and Dish Nation. So they had The Miz on there. Let me tell you something. If The Miz ever retires wrestling, I don't know who he needs to get in contact with, but he needs to be a sports analyst for either golf or NFL football. That was one of the best interviews on Nightcap that I've seen in a while. Like, Gil is good because he can give you the basketball perspective. It's basketball season. And Shannon always quotes that he doesn't know how to do a lot of things, but what he does know how to do, he does it well. And the main two things that he knows for sure is football and wrestling. He's like, he can go back to people from the 70s. But with Miz there and him being an avid football fan, not only was he talking about like WrestleMania and him being the two and his persona and stuff like that, but then he started asking them questions about certain players. And I said, oh, this is getting interesting. And people like, in the comments are like, Shannon and them look surprised that he's asking these questions. And I'm like, I'm not. Because I'm like, I watched Mr. and Ms. I watched it when I was watching the whole Total Divas thing. And I seen like him on Up, Up, Down, Down. And one thing I know for sure is he be Cleveland Brown down. Like I watched Up, Up, Down, Down episodes where he's played Madden. He's like, I think gone to the games with his friends on Mr. Miz. Like he is very much into football. You know what I'm saying? So like, for him to ask him, I'm like, if they ever need a sub, he could be the sub. Like, I feel like Nightcap and like the Pat McAfee show, them type shows, like he could be an additional person on or a sub person on they have every once in a while, would be a great fit for him. Like, it was just like, it wasn't awkward or weird or nothing like that. Like, not only did he plug in WWE, he plugged in, like, and he showed like how the Super Bowl was there, and last year, and how WrestleMania is going to go even crazier this year and stuff like that. And his persona between Mike and The Miz, and then how he was saying that he's not the heel in this, that Truth is the heel. And when he gave his explanation, I said, Truth might be the heel in the situation. Because he was like, basically, he's tired of like getting put in situations, because Truth put him in situations with certain matches, certain people, getting people's names mixed up, him not having a breath of fresh air, him always like being around like boundaries. So I was like, if that's the case, then yeah, Truth is absolutely the heel. But I'm like, Truth is so lovable, if nobody's going. But like, they had to cut the interview short, because I'm like, Miz would have been there all day talking about all the games this past week. All of them. So then Sheamus and Ludwig fought, and that was a pretty solid match, fundamental match. And I was like, I think Ludwig hit the middle post, but I was like, I would not want to take them chops with Sheamus. I don't care who I am. Them things, I know they hurt because you could hear them in the crowd. Okay? That's not just the camera. Like, you ain't even got, and I sit up on the sides on purpose. Like, if I'm not on the first row, maybe the second row, I'll sit on the floor. But if that is not happening, I'm not going to be on the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th row. And then if a certain person come out or they want to stand the whole match, I'm sitting there like this. And instead of me being able to look and see the match, I got to look up at the screen the whole time. Like, I'm not doing that. So I sit on the little slanted jump. That's that part. But, yeah, so I was like, that's a pretty solid match. Sheamus ended up winning. The Miz Karrion came to the Miz, was like, what you gonna do? The Y6 came and attacked us. Not attacked us, attacked AOP. So Miz was like, I got an issue. He go out there. Truth is talking to, I was about to call American Made. That is not their name. Alpha Academy. And Maxine's outfit, she looked phenomenal. Okay? And he was talking to them about certain stuff. And then the Miz comes up to him and was like, hey, buddy, how about we just get back this tag team together? Da, da, da. And I was like, I didn't hear this part at first. I had to go back on Twitter and look because I was helping my son with something. So I went back and looked, and then they did the little Awesome Truth thing. And Truth was like, you forgot something. And he smacked Miz, and he was like, y'all going up against the Y6, you gonna die. And walked off. And then what had me weak is when, because someone was like, where is Pete Dunne? Like, we ain't seen him in a while. Then he walked on. He said, what's up, Butch? Where's Pete? I was like, yo. That was like, whenever this man retires, I'm going to be so sad. Like, I'm going to be sad. And he's in great health. He might Ric Flair it and be in there for a while, but he might not. You never know. But I'm like, he is a national treasure. You hear me? And he's been doing this for 30-something years. He's been like that. Like, it's hilarious. I don't know how to eat him. I should have made a salad with this. Sorry. I eat weird stuff at night. Weird stuff at night. So I'm eating like spicy breakfast sausage. And then I got like roasted Brussels sprouts in there. And I was like, I should eat this with Brussels sprouts. I've done it before. Just to get the vegetables in. Because I don't eat a lot of beef. But I eat chicken and pork. Beef messes up it messes with my health, so. But chicken, pork, and fish. All the white meats. But yeah. So then the LWO sign comes out, and I'm like, who are they fighting? I'm thinking it's like Joaquin and Cruz del Toro, something like that. And it's Zelina. So I said, okay. I'm thinking she's fighting someone from Pure Fusion Collective because we haven't seen them in a while. And then Ivy comes out. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's why I was like, because some of the stuff that happened 2 weeks ago or last week, I don't remember. It's like, and that's why sometimes I have to watch the recaps on YouTube. Even though I watched it live, I have to go a couple days later and be like, top 10 or like Raw's best moments or something. Because I legit forget, or if I'm doing other stuff like cooking or cleaning while I'm watching it, or if I look down the tweet for a second, look up, and I'll be like, I don't remember that. But, so Ivy comes out, her and the Creed brothers. I'm gonna call, they should be called the New American Gladiators, because that's what that gear and what they look like to me. They end up fighting. and pushed Zelina. She did great. She looked great. At the end of that match, though, Ivy ended up winning. And one thing I noticed about her and Zoe is when they pin their opponent, why they push their face to the side like this and then pin their opponent? Like, what is that something they just was taught to do, or they just do that like as a FU type situation? I won. Like, I just want to know, because I be like, I just know that they like, oh, she do it too. I don't know. So then my man come out, Seth, and he come out in the blue, and Troy, okay, Troy does it again. And I don't know, but that is my favorite hue, color of blue. Like when I get my nails done, if I get blue, that's the color blue I get. Like if I was to get a car that blue, that would be the color car I'm getting, blue. Lighter than this, darker than this. Like it's such a good. Is this blue? It's like a turquoise. I don't know what that is. Like a teal. I don't know. But he comes out in there and he was like, basically, Bronson Reed can't wait for the thing on Saturday. And he was like, to be a monster, to live for a monster, you got to be a monster. And he basically thanked Bronson for bringing out the monster in him. And I said, so you mean for the past 2.5 years I've been watching, and the matches he's had been awesome. Like the matches were like him and Shinsuke, or like him and that one has been my favorite so far though, because that's the only, like, that was a good match. Him and Shinsuke, or like him and Drew, or like him and, you know what I'm saying, him and these opponents for his title. He wasn't in beast mode. So I'm excited to see what he's like in beast mode, okay? Because he threw on hella matches, and he was like, I thank you for that. So then Bronson comes on the screen. It was like, hey, yo, we not going to fight. I'm not coming out there, but you come meet me out here. Seth take off something, and then he take off the shirt part. So I said, do he got on the blue vest and then got the blue shirt on the match? So then he takes that off, undoes his hair, comes out, meets Bronson out there. Someone's like, oh, the cases are like perfectly stacked and all that. But I'm like, so then they come out, they do their little thing. He stomps the hell out of Bronson on that card. And then they do a belly to belly. What was it, a sunset? Was it a belly? I forgot what it was. Into that table, and I said, surrounded by bubble wrap. I was like, we gotta get a medic. And then they was like, well, Bronson got up, but we gotta get a medic for Seth. Then they talking about how Seth was at the nearest medical facility in Pennsylvania. And I was like, please just let this be like a bit for the show and not in real life. Because I'm like, my man's was out for about 2 months because Bronson kept giving him tsunamis. So I'm like, now he about to be out or taped up for Crown Jewel. Like, we can't have that. Okay? And then if they're supposed to be live for the show, taping after that, because I know they're pre-taping next Monday's Raw tonight as well. Then he gonna be MIA. He ain't even gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So after that, they showed a promo of also of Rhea talking to Raquel, talking about some didn't you say keep your friends close, your enemies closer type situation? Like, I don't care what y'all do. The beef y'all got with me, you know what I'm saying? We can handle this. But all I want, like, basically, I'm not even on Dom. I'm over him. I just want my title back. And she was like, I'm about to get it. First of all, that hair length on Rhea is my favorite hair length of her. Like, when she first got, she had the little mohawk joint she was growing out. Then she had the bob joint right here. And low-key, I thought that was a wig. Then, I know she had tracks when she had the long hair. But the length right with the layers, and she got layers. So, it's like, when it's bumped, framed to her face, it's like boom, 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 boom. I'm a hair girly. So, and I was like, that length of hair on her looks great. Whether she has straight hairstyle, curly hairstyle, wavy hairstyle. Like, if you want to grow it out longer, that's fine. But if you want to keep it right there, girl. Because that's it right there. Okay? So then they show Gunther and his promo of how he's going to beat Cody and how he's going to prove that Cody has the, what do you say, the secondary championship, which still blows my mind to me because I got in my head that the Raw one is secondary because Roman said it was. Okay. And he said that because everybody that challenged Seth for the title, he's beaten. So I don't know. But if the women's tag team match is on Saturday and not Friday, because I don't know, I was confused on that. If it's on Saturday, that match and the match with Seth are the ones I'm most looking forward to. I can really not into Nia and Liv or Cody and Gunther. Now I know there'll be decent matches, but like those are the two matches I'm anticipating. Now if the women's 4-way tag team match is on Friday, then oh no, also the KO Randy one, okay? Then the women in the KO Randy one. Like, then this would, to me, would probably be the best crown jewel that I've seen in the past 3 crown jewels. So then, they have the #1 contenders match. Who comes out first? LWO comes out with Dragon Lee and Ray. And then the War Raiders come out. And I was like, is it just them two? And I was like, if it's just them two, I really want the War Raiders to win. Because Ray and Dragon Lee has had a title within the past year and a half. God only knows when's the last time War Raiders had a title. But then the New Day comes out. So I was like, excuse me, this is going to be an interesting match. As I said, we have 3 flyers. And it's 1 for every team. Like, Kofi don't do it as much anymore, but he used to. Then you got Dragon Lee. Then you got Ivar. Are all flyers. And it's kind of crazy, too, because when I watched the interview with Chris Van Vliet with Ivar, I think it was last year, I think Kofi was one of the people that Kofi had messaged after Kofi Mania, and I think he the mentor to help train Kofi. No, I think he said he helped train Kofi, and then he said because they're both from New England, and he was like he trained a lot of people that people don't know about. So that was interesting. So it made it more interesting to watch. But that match was awesome. Okay, and then towards the end, what was it? Chad ended up getting in it and doing the ankle lock to Ray, and I was like, what is this about? And a lot of people thought Xavier Woods was going to be upset and walk off. But if he was upset, we're going to hear about it next week. And then the War Raiders end up winning because I think Eric ended up pinning Kofi. But I'm like, so Chad gave Ray an ankle lock because he was mad he lost last week? Like, I can't remember what the beef was. Like, I don't remember. That's why I was like, so much stuff has happened. And so then it ended up being, so then before that, Jimmy was like, before that, so the whole segment was, the Usos came, Sammy saw him, made a face with Jimmy made a face, and then he was like, can I talk to you? And Jay was like, yeah. He said, alone. So they walked off. Told Jimmy like, all right. So Sammy was asking himself like, are you sure? Like, you want to go back? He's like, yeah. He was like, the help room. He's like, yeah, this is family, this, that, and the third. Like, basically, he was like, Sammy was concerned as a friend. Like, I don't want to see you hurt. You fought so much to get to where you are. Like, basically, I don't want you to lose yourself, stuff like that. And Jay was making his case, and Solo was like, yeah, I mean, not Solo. Sammy was like, yeah, Solo is bad, but Solo is nothing like how Roman was. Which his point, he was true. He said Roman mind manipulated you. It took you years to break free. And he was like, Solo has not done that. And I was like, that's true. Because I'm like, if Solo really wanted Jey back in the bloodline, he could have beat the hell out of you every week until you made your way back. But I was like, he let you do you over another show. He even said, like Jey ran over on Raw. Like, he left him alone. He left him alone. Because he was dealing with DIY and Randy and KO and Cody and Street Profits. So he was busy. All I can think about is TikTok when they show Solo and Jacob in a ring. And I think this is right before he wanted to talk to Jey. And Jey looked at him like, can I do it? Because his music come on. And Solo's like, go ahead, hurry up. Like, people are like, he looked like a pissed off mom. Like, go ahead, fine. Go ahead, do it. And then he's on the ring, like, doing this. And everybody, and then they zoom in on Jacob. And I was like, that is hilarious. I watched it at least a good 4 times. And I was like, even Solo can't deny the fact that, like, how over, like, Jey is. Like, and I was cracking up because I was like, he actually sat there and let him do it. I was surprised. But he was like, I don't understand and stuff like that. And Jey was like, no, I got this. And then he was like, you don't understand. He was like, you're not family. And I was like, oh. And Sammy's whole face dropped. And I was like, Jey, right. But dang, you ain't have to say it like that. Okay? So then, later on, Jey went to go in there with Jimmy, and Jimmy was like, I think I need to talk to Sammy. And Sammy was like, well, he was like, and I think Jimmy had said something, and Jey, so Jey is still in the middle because Jey defended Jimmy in front of Sammy while Jimmy wasn't there. But then he defended Sammy in front of Jimmy while Sammy was there because he was like, he stepped up. He was like, you weren't around when I was going through all this, and like, you was gone. He was like, he basically stepped up as a friend, made me like everything on that. And I was like, and Jey super kicked that man and was like, I chose family over you. So I'm like, yeah, y'all cool. But you gotta remember, at the end of the day, he still wants you family over you. That man, he left, like, you know what I'm saying? Even though you reconciled. And I was like, I think he said, he also spoke to, like, right before he saw Jey, he was like, he spoke to KO too. Where's this money coming from? And please, can you come and hurry up? My hand's been itching all week. This is the only superstition that I believe, and it's always come true. It's the right hand itching. So he, I think he said he spoke to KO. Then he was talking to Jey. So Jimmy was like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to him. So later on, Jey was like, you talk to him? And Jimmy was like, shh. And we was like, and then they zoom in the car, and it's Solo on the passenger side, and he talking to Sammy outside the car. So I'm like, what the hell is happening now? And a lot of people was like, this is a twist we ain't expecting. I said, this is the best twist that's happened on the show in a while. Because I'm like, every other twist, 9 times out of 10, we either knew, because it's only right. You know what I'm saying? It was going to come up eventually. One, or it was one of the scenarios we had played out in our head. Like, if the one thing we had in our head wasn't what it was, then it was like, okay, one of the backup things. That, and the only other twist that I was surprised about was Miz turning on Truth. But other than that, like, nothing else that's been on TV, like, surprised me. Now, it was awesome when it happened, but it didn't surprise me. So I was like, well, maybe he's talking to Solo, trying to get his side of the story on stuff and see where his head is at. But then I was like, Sammy's probably in awe because this is the most Solo's probably ever spoken. And a lot of people are like, at first didn't like him, his character, when he started speaking. And now they're like, they love him the more and more he gets on the mic. And he's so awesome and stuff like. And I was like, I've been trying to tell y'all that since he debuted in NXT. And I was saying for the past 6 months, I can't wait for him to be on the mic. And then he ended up not talking as the enforcer. I was mad as hell. Like, and then wait till Jacob started doing his promos. Okay. Speaking of people, there was some wrestling article that passed on my timeline. The headline was, I ain't read it. I ain't read the actual article. The headline was, Montez Ford believes that he is world heavyweight champion material. And one of the people that work for WWE was like, basically, he believes that too. And a whole bunch of people on the post said that. And I said, I don't negate this. And I said, what solidified it for me was Elimination Chamber 2023. I said, he got everything that he needs. And then someone was like, him and Dawkins, both of them, to be honest. And someone said they wanted to see both of them like wrestle each other on WrestleMania. Maybe not on some type of turn on you type situation, or maybe on some type, I don't know, maybe it's like they both qualify for something and then whoever wins, or one is already a champion and whoever wins whatever. And it was like, somebody was like, in order for them to climb, they have to split up. So I was like, yeah, I guess so. But so they showed Jay's face and stuff, and he was like, come on, dog. Like, and I was like, so what's gonna happen next week? Okay, between Jay and Roman on the pre-recorded SmackDown that already took place, and then Solo and Jay and Sammy on the Raw next week that they're pre-recording right now. Like, I wonder what's gonna happen, and I wonder why they didn't have. I don't know. I was going to say, I wonder why they didn't have SmackDown and Raw overseas while they'll be over there. Part of me thinks that. And just play it at, a certain time here. But then the other part of me is like, if, I haven't been to a house show yet. And that's on my bucket list for WWE, as well as a PLE, which I'm trying to go to next year. But I heard the house shows were like very fun, very entertaining and stuff like that. So if I was a fan and they were coming, I would probably want to see. I would probably want them to come to like a house show. You know what I'm saying? Not a SmackDown Raw. So I get it. So then Dom fights Damien. And I was like, oh, I ain't seen Damien on my screen in a while. Like, the last time I saw him on my screen or phone is when him and Kaden Carter do their weekly TikTok that are hilarious. It's like she forces, it's the face he makes, or lack their face he makes when she does certain stuff. And then when he wants to laugh, he puts the she like this and just watches her. I be crying. Okay? They are hilarious. It's them and Shayna making faces as the girls do TikToks backstage are the most hilarious to me. Like, I find both of them hilarious. Like, I could watch it. So, Damien ends up throwing Dom around like a rag doll for a good 5-10 minutes. I said, God dang. Then he threw him over the announcer table and he head first. So then, of course, the Judgment Day comes out. Liv tries to distract the ref, her and Raquel, and I want to say JD and Carlito end up hitting him and stuff like that. And then I think Finn, I can't remember if Finn was there. I didn't really see him if he was there. I didn't really see him like that out there. and which caused Dom to win the match. And I said, Dom won the match to fight Gunther. I said, Gunther gonna kill that boy. Okay. He is gonna kill him. And then Damien was pissed. So after that, he comes back. I think he does a South of Heaven on him. He gives them a choke slam. Him and he gives Carlito a choke slam first, and then Dom. And I was like, Dom is so small compared to Carlito and Damien in the ring. Then he leaves. Then he comes back, and I forgot what he does to him. And then his music plays, and that's the end of that. And I said, oh, he mad. He big mad. I was like, not only is he getting back at you for that, he's pissed off at the Judgment Day coming and stuff like that, but you also mess with his Terror Twin, and like, you kind of took the spot of what he wanted to do, and that was fight Gunther. So it's always gonna be up with him with y'all. Now I don't know what Finn is gonna be with y'all, cause I don't. But I don't think he's gonna be in there that much longer. He's one of the original 4. Because who got drafted first? It was, I want to say it was Edge, then Rhea, then Damien, I think, then Finn was last. And then when Finn got in, they kicked Edge out. So that's, yeah, because it was right before Dom turned on his dad. But this week's going to be interesting. This week is going to be very interesting. And I'm very interested to see, aside from Raw, what's going to happen tomorrow on NXT. But yeah, Raw was a pretty good show. And let me about to probably have to tend to my baby because it's getting cold and he suffers from post-nasal drip, or had. So he has a humidifier in his room. And if it gets too drippy and his head is elevated, he'll get a chest cold, which I pray he doesn't. So I hope you guys have a great night. If you're out and about, stay safe. And like my mama used to say, if you go get a drink and walk away or turn your back, don't go back and drink it. Get another drink. That's the one piece of advice she gave me when I went to college. And I was like, and I live by that to this day. I still don't. Even my son, and he's 10. I'm like saying, I'm not saying kids will do stuff, but I'm like, you never know with kids. Like, this world is going to hell with a scholarship sometimes. And you be like, I don't trust nobody. Okay? Jesus got betrayed by Judas, somebody else close to him. And it's always someone close to you that's going to hurt you. Not physically, sometimes it could be emotionally an argument or whatever. So you always gotta, it's not your enemies you gotta worry about, because they know, you know that they don't like you. It's the people that's masquerading as friends. So make sure that you use your discernment. You guys, if it's something don't feel right with someone, listen to it, okay? And if a lot of people don't feel right when you meet them, you might want to check, self-evaluate. It might be you, okay? Just saying. But have a good night, and see you all later. Love you. Bye.